Hi, welcome to the next part of our IC tutorial series. This time we'll be looking at the coaching cycle, starting with the planning slash pre-observation meeting. Now, we're going to present this information under the assumption that you've probably already been meeting with your teachers and maybe have even finished the first cycle because most of those conversations were around developing your teacher's SMART goal. But now that you guys have a SMART goal you're working with, what's next? And that's the lens we're going to look at these tutorials through. Now, like any meeting with a teacher, you want to make sure you take some time to prepare ahead of time. And these prompts kind of can guide your thinking as you prepare for that meeting. For example, in your work with the teacher, either through conversation or through class visits, you might have noticed some learning needs that either the students have or the teacher has as it pertains to the goal. Also, be thinking, what kind of data or evidence could you be collecting to highlight the needs that you've noticed in the students' learning? And also, go back to those entry points you've been noticing in your conversations. What are some entry points for authentic and meaningful conversation? How can we bring that into this meeting that you're about to have with the teacher? Now, ultimately, these planning meetings tend to be pretty organic. You're collaborating with your teacher, and it takes different shapes and forms depending on the work you're doing with the teacher. But normally it falls under these categories. It gives you an opportunity to kind of look at the rationale of what the teacher is planning, either in a smaller version of a lesson or in the bigger picture of a unit. What are they trying to accomplish? What do they want the students to accomplish? Also gives you a chance to bring back the needs of the students. Where are they in the learning process? To keep those learning needs in the forefront of conversations that you have. And also, it gives the teacher a partner to collaborate with as they go through the process of lesson and unit designing. And it helps you through these conversations to have an idea of what information, what data you could be collecting when you have the observations. Now, there are 5 key steps to these meetings. And if you follow these, you'll be successful in most cases. Starting off the conversation, what are the goals for student learning in the lesson or through the units? What's going to be the content they're going to need to know? What are the skills they're going to need to show in order to be successful? Also get some context of what's happened before and where the teacher wants to bring the students. Also gives you a chance to learn about the students, who they are, where they are in the learning process, if there's anything unique about the particular students that you'll be observing. And also it helps you and the teacher get on the same page of what's going to be the evidence that you collect when you visit the classroom. And the question that really gets the teacher going on this is what you see here on the screen. You ask the teacher, what will success look like? Have them describe what a successful classroom, a successful experience for students will look like, and then you can get a sense of how you can collect data to show that that's happening in the moment. And a big part of this meeting too is the collaboration part. And part of your role as an instructional coach is to keep learning for all students at the forefront of the conversation. So swinging it back around to how the teacher might differentiate the instruction for their English learners, special ed students, etc. And again, just make sure you leave that meeting with an understanding of what data you'll be looking for when you do the class visit. If you follow those steps, you're going to be walking out of that meeting like, yeah, we got this. Okay? You're in the front, teaching the back, whatever it may be, you're ready to go. Now, you might ask, is there a link for that? Yes, there is a link for all of this. If you just click the link here, it's going to take you to a whole series of questions which are organized in those 5 key steps to this pre-observation planning conversation. So in your collaboration log, it's always a good idea to maybe have some of these questions written out so you can guide that conversation.